Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. This is Inside Real Estate and I'm your host, Lekan. So today I want to talk to you about certain facts about land. When something is called a fact, what it simply means is that it does not change. It is a truth. It has been established. It is a foundation. It is a principle. It is something that will not change. Just like gravity doesn't change, just like the sun rising and the sun setting do not change. It's the same way facts don't change. And these facts are very, very, very significant because if you're going into an investment or into an investment of whatever sort, be it stocks, be it whatever investment or business you're going into, you want to know everything about it. You want to know even the intrinsic value that it carries. You want to know those things that are not physical, the other sides of it as well. So that is what I want to show you now. So first and foremost is that land is tripartite. Now, a lot of us have been hearing that word tripartite, tripartite, tripartite. What does that simply mean? It means land has three faces attached with that land that you are buying. There are three parts to it. There is the sub-level part, which is the part beneath the surface. There is the surface level part, which is the part that we see. And then there is the super level part, which is the part up into the ether. How does that relate into the fact of land? Haven't you heard of people who will say they bought land and then on that land they discovered gold or discovered some mineral or oil or something? Now, indeed, we know that when it comes to national matters on a broader sense, those things the government can decide to want to reclaim or not claim and so on and so forth. But then again comes the question of compensation. You get, as long as it's on your land, you have a claim to some certain right or degree of some sort on that land to bargain with. So when you are buying land, you are not just buying that surface, that brown earth or black earth that you see. You are buying what is on it, what is under it, and what is even above. You've heard things like they say airspace, international airspace or Nigerian airspace. We can't fly over this particular place because it's Cameroonian airspace and so on and so forth. What does that tell you? It tells you that the authority you have doesn't just end on that ground. It goes even into the skies. All right. So that is the first thing you need to know about land. So when you're buying land, I'm not saying that when you want to buy land, you should go and be looking for where you will find gold before you buy it. But I'm just telling you that as a given, whether it's on it, whether it's underneath it, or even if it's above it, it is still land. So land is tripartite. You are not just buying what is on it, you are buying what is under it, you are buying what is above it. Another fact of land is that land is fixed. Land is fixed, which means it is immovable. It is not a car. It is not like some other assets that you can carry and switch locations with. It is planted and situated in a particular place. That is why when you run your survey or when you get your survey on a parcel of land, it is written there, lies situate at. What that means is that this is where it is. The coordinates will not change. Nothing about that land will change. It is stuck, it is fixed, and it is there for life. That is why when you pick the coordinates of a land, you can leave it, and 50 years from that time, when you come back, you still find it in that same spot. Yes, there might be improvements on it, there might be developments on it, but the land is still the same. It doesn't shrink, it doesn't change. It is just there. The next fact is that land is limited in supply. Yes, they say we have vast lands. Yes, no matter how vast your land is, it does not compare to the water bodies that surround the earth. So land does not increase, population does, which is why it creates a demand for the limited supply of land that we have. That is one thing that God is not making any extra. Okay? And some people say, no, but we feel land. See, the best you can do is to discover or explore new land, but you cannot create land. Even the sand feeling that people refer to, it is more of discovery of land. It's more of exposing new land, exploring new land. It is not creating, because at the bottom of the sea, it's called the seabed, is still earth, is still land. What you simply did is transfer what was under the sea and bring it to the surface. So it is not creating new land. It is only exploring or discovering what has already been created by God. You are not getting any extra. You are not getting any new creations or annex 2 of the earth. This is all that you have. But population increases every day. Some population that were 150 million at one time, now it's approaching 200, if not, it hasn't even surpassed 200 million right now. Okay? I'm talking about Nigeria as a nation. This is what causes and creates that rise in value at times. This is what causes the tussle between demand and supply in the real estate industry, because land is limited in supply. Another fact about land is that it is a symbol of accomplishment in some cultures and tribes. The truth is this: in Africa, many people value land ownership even more than the amount you have in your bank. You can have all the money in the world in some tribes. If you've not bought land, you are not yet a man. And that is understandable, because customs vary. And some customs believe that because you came from earth, man came from earth, man has to own a piece of that place where he came from. It may not be a general fact, but it is customary fact for some people that until you own land, you have not fulfilled your living and you are not accomplished in life. Some people hold land as a symbol of accomplishment. Next fact, which is the popular one that everybody knows, is that land appreciates in value. Now, just 2 points up or 2 points back, I told you that land is limited in supply. Now, that supply creates a high demand for land. And now that demand affects its value, which is why land is always appreciating. Right from biblical times, historical times, you find out that people fight for land, people die for land, people want to claim land, and so on and so forth, because there is that value on it, and its value appreciates with time. Land is not an overnight asset. You put money today and then you are looking for the returns tomorrow. Land definitely appreciates, but not at the pace that you think and not at the speed that you think. Just like fine wine gets sweeter with time, it's the same way land appreciates over time. So the longer you leave your land, the more value you will command in the future. And that is why people tell you that the best time to acquire land is now. So that for some of you that are still young, 20 years from now, whatever the amount is that you used to buy that land, you won't be selling it at that same amount in 20 years' time. So land appreciates with time. Another fact about land is that from land you came and to land you will return, which is why it is said ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Okay, so land is definitely going to claim everybody, even the one who says he owns it. So do you really own land, or land actually owns you? Okay, so it doesn't matter, and it's a no-brainer that we all were born into this world and we are living and we are in transition. For every year that comes, every year that passes by, we are approaching the time that you will have to return to that land that you claim you own. Now, some of you will say, what is this person talking about? See, there are things that you can live for and there are things that you can die for. Now, land shouldn't be one of those things that you die for, because whether you live or die, it will surely claim you one day. Okay, so it is just for you to be in touch with your mortality, so that now that you are alive, you can be humble, you can touch lives, you can affect your community, affect people around you, because you know that it's all ephemeral at the end of the day. They are all temporary things, assets, liabilities, everything that you can talk about when it comes to whether real estate or to whatever sector of the economy that exists. One thing is a fact, that they are all temporal. The only thing that should be consistent should be your works, your character, your person. Because one day when you're no longer here, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want people to say about you? So if you're looking to invest in real estate, if you're looking to invest in land, you want to acquire land, I have another video that talks about how to acquire genuine properties in Nigeria, and also how to relate and deal with omonile when you're buying land from those indigenous family members or community members. I have videos to that effect. So you can do yourself good by listening to them and equipping yourself with the requisite knowledge and information. So why not subscribe to my channel? If you love the content you heard, click the subscribe button, like and share it to other people. They'll click on it and be a part of this family. Thank you and see you soon.